Welcome. This is a poem for those who are brave. It starts at the mouth of a very old cave. A goblin will greet you as you walk in, his hair long and greasy, his green teeth a grin. His eyes red and tiny, his face gray and mean. He'll grab at your hand and let out a scream. He'll lead you down tunnels much darker than night. He'll take you past monsters that will try to bite. The toes off your footsies, the ears off your head. You soon will start wishing you'd stayed home in bed. Worms, wet and slimy, will crawl up your back, and as you go further, it really gets black. You can't see a thing, and all you can hear is a creaky old voice that says, "Come, my dear, let's see if you're chunky, let's feel if you're fat. I'm hungry today. No, stop, don't go back." But if you are clever, you'll get out of there, or you'll end in some stomach, no one knows where. The day the mosquitoes ate Angela Jane.
Angela Jane was a mean little kid. She bit and she spit, then she ran and she hid. She yelled at her mother, she screamed at her dad. Oh, Angela Jane was awfully bad. She'd go in the garden and eat all the weeds. She pulled up the flowers and stomped on their seeds. She chopped all the trees and poured paint on their roots. She bit all the butterflies, put on her boots, and ran through the garden, kicking about, pulling up vegetables. Then she would shout, "I'm bad and I'm horrid, I like it that way." She yelled that quite loudly one certain fall day when the Queen of Mosquitoes was trying to sleep. The shouts woke her up, and she started to creep up the leaf she'd been sleeping on, looking around to locate the source of that horrible sound. Her eyes fell on Angela, red in the face, sweat pouring off her all over the place. The Queen of Mosquitoes listened and looked. She sharpened her stickler, made sure it was hooked on quite firmly, then buzzed all the rest of her clan. They met in the trees and they started to plan. The Queen said, "That child is awfully mean. She's full of more blood than I've ever seen, and it's certain her blood is nasty and bad, the kind to make any mosquito quite glad. But I suggest we get her and drink her quite dry. That horrible blood will help us to fly and to sting with more power than ever before. Then we'll have the strength to go after more. We'll fight all the people all over the world. Mosquitoes shall rule, thanks to that horrid girl." The sky soon was darkened by billions of wings. Mosquitoes were everywhere, sharpening their stings. The sound was so loud it roared through the land. People below did not understand what all of those bugs were planning to do, that they wanted to conquer the world, even you. The bugs swirled and crowded. They flew towards the yard, where Angela Jane was working so hard, pulling tails off her cats and pinching their ears. She was laughing so loudly that she didn't hear the thunder of bugs descending on her. She just yelled, "Now, pussycat, let's hear you purr!" The Queen of Mosquitoes sat on her nose. She stuck in her stickler and turned on the hose. When Angela tried to swat her away, she found that her arms were as heavy as clay. She saw she was covered from toe to her head with big fat mosquitoes, all turning red as they sucked out the blood that they thought made them strong. But as Angela shrank, they found they were wrong. As Angela Jane shriveled up and went dry, all the mosquitoes started to die. For Angela's meanness was simply too thick. The nasty and bad in her blood made them sick. So think, my young friends, when you want to be mean, of what happened to Angela Jane and the Queen.
The body. The body is a boneless beast. A friend of mine knew one at least. It used to live between her walls. It never walks, it only crawls. It slips beneath your door at night. It is an icky, gooey sight. It slithers over rugs and floors. It looks almost the same as yours would if your bones were taken out. It is a sight to make you shout. So late at night, when sounds are heard, creakings, scratching, screeching birds, you'll know the body's slithering. You'll know that things are withering. For everything the body's near gets sucked inside, absorbed, I hear. So plug the cracks beneath your doors, stop up the keyholes, yours and yours. Be careful where you step at night. The body's waiting out of sight. It needs the flesh of little kids, so don't in darkness close the lids upon your eyes, or you might find your body's just the body's kind. The visitor.
One night I woke up, when the rest were asleep, and felt something crawling that started to creep up my arm neath the covers. I brushed it away, but it didn't go. It wanted to stay. It creepy crawled slowly with long hairy steps. It tickled and whispered, and got to my neck. It and it hussed, and it hard. It creeped across my face, and it felt very odd. It crawled round my shoulders and crept down my back, then spidered away and hid in the black.
Breakfast.
I opened the box where my cereal sat. I started to pour, and out with a splat fell some toads and some spiders, some worms and some snakes. They slithered and squithered all over my plate. They stuck their tongues at me. They hissed and they squirmed. They wiggled and squiggled, especially the worms. I opened my mouth to let out a scream. "It's all right," called Mother. "I'm bringing the cream." The fridge door popped open, and Mother stepped out, all covered in spider webs, teeth sticking out of her mouth like some monsters. She held in her hand a pitcher of mud mixed with old rubber bands. She murmured, "Now, Sonny, eat up your stale bread," and licked me quite gently on 6 of my heads.
Acid rain.
I went out walking in the rain, but I won't do that, not again. The rain came down in heavy drops. It washed away my shoes and socks. It washed the hair off from my head. It took my ears, then I turned red. I watched my eyebrows float away. My nose dripped off the other way. My lips went next, and then my teeth. I saw them floating underneath my feet, but then my feet went too. Oh dear, whatever could I do? My knees turned muddy, then fell off. I opened up my mouth to cough. My jaw fell down. It hit the ground. My arms were soft and runny. My belly button washed away. It really wasn't funny. A puddle formed, which once was me. The sun came out to dry it. And if you don't believe this poem, next time it rains, you try it.
Bye-bye.
There's a creaking in the darkness, a groaning in the night. There are mutters in the next room. Oh, please turn on the light. There are footsteps in the hallway. There's a croaking over there. Arg! An horrid monster has got me by the hair. Oh, please don't eat my fingers. Oh, please don't bite my nose. Oh, please, somebody save me.
The pocket.
I reached into my pocket, and much to my surprise, something in there grabbed me and pulled me right inside. I felt its clammy fingers, all bony, cold, and thin. I tried to keep my head out, no use. It all went in. And that was not the end of it. The pocket seemed so deep, and dark, and strange, and scary. I felt I had to weep. "Shut up, you silly creature!" a voice yelled in my ear. And then my feet were pulled inside, and I had disappeared.
Tweet, tweet.
Look at those birds, my little friend, especially that one at the end. What does it have caught in its beak? What makes that sad, pathetic squeak? Oh, look, there are two little legs, a tiny face that begs and begs. "Oh, let me go," I think it said. Good heavens, that's my Uncle Fred!
The fog.
The mist came down around the town. The houses disappeared. The night was dark, and in the park, two shining red eyes peered. They searched the trees, they searched the grass, they watched for anything that passed. Beneath those eyes grew one long nose and hair that hung down to the toes. Of what it was, and who can say, there's not a person left today who ventured out into the fog to tell us if it was a dog or wolf or bear or monstrous beast. Whatever was there ate the priest, and Philomena Carlos too. It would have even eaten you. Remember, on a foggy night, there could be something wants to bite. So don't go out, stay safe inside, and have a good place you can hide.
The Munchies.
I was walking down the hallway, it was very late at night, when all at once the light went out. It gave me quite a fright. I went to take another step, I couldn't move my feet. And then I heard an awful sound, my flesh began to creep. The hair stood up upon my neck, I shivered and I shook. Something moved beside my head, I didn't want to look. Something cold and slimy slid beneath my shirt. Some awful thing was crawling there. It scratched, it bit, it hurt. An icy, wet, revolting thing was wrapped around my waist. Some creepy thing crawled in my mouth. It had an awful taste. I felt its 700 legs, all hairy, thin, and yuck. And then I started sinking. The floor had turned to muck. It pulled me down, it reached my throat. The ooze smelled of a dead old goat, and then so close above me that I could smell its breath. Of old dead dogs and rotting things, a creature came to rest. It peered at me, it leered at me, its face was warty goo. It reached a bony hand out saying, "I have come for you." Its eyes grew big, its teeth grew long, it sang a garbled, creaky song. I nibble bones, I chew on ears, I wash them down with children's tears. I crunch on toasted little toes, my favorite snack is boiled nose. And now you're trapped within my pool. I've caught another silly fool who wanders always late at night, sneaking out to have a bite, a snack when everyone's asleep. Well, now I've caught the little creep. You won't be snacking, no indeed, for you're my snack, the one I need. Its mouth grew huge, its head came down. I screamed, "Oh no, I'd rather drown within this slimy, icky goo than be a snack for such as you." Then all at once the lights came on. The hall, the monster, all were gone, and I was lying in my bed. "You've had a nightmare," my mom said.
The Gerbelgek.
Hark now and listen. I hear something hissin'. Do you hear peculiar sounds? Oh no, it's not so. I don't want to know if the Gerbelgek's sneaking around. The Gerbelgek crawls, it moans, and it bawls, it sighs, and it groans in the night. It crawls in your bed, it licks at your head. It is a disgusting sight. Its hair's made of worms that squiggle and squirm. Its teeth are small snake things with mouths. They bite and they tear. They especially like hair, and soon they'll take over your house. Its arms are two snakes that quiver and quake. Its body is made out of mush. Oh no! It's right here. It's biting your rear. Oh, somebody save all of us. Its mouth is a cave, its tongue is a wave of raw liver, all slimy and black. If you scream, it gets mean. It says things obscene, and likely will give you a slap. There's one thing will save you. If you're well behaved, you are safe from the Gerbelgek's bite. But if you are awful, the beast gets a jawful of rotten young child tonight.
The Thing and I.
I heard a great howling, a screeching and yowling, as I woke on a dark, moonless night. The windows were shaking, the house, it was quaking. I reached out to turn on the light. My hand, it touched something that set my heart thumping, a substance all sticky and warm. It felt like raw liver. It set me a quiver, and then it crawled all up my arm. My face was soon covered. I thought I'd be smothered. I tried to let out a loud scream. Oh, please, I thought, Mother, let me discover this whole thing is only a dream. I rose from the bed, the thing round my head. I struggled to find the light switch. When there by the mirror, I heard very clear a laugh that must come from a witch. My body was dripping, my feet started slipping. The thing had encased me in slime. And now I have come to your house, my dear one.
And soon you shall be one of mine.
Midnight.
There's a scratching on the front porch. There's a sniffing round the door. Someone's whining in the darkness. I can't stand it anymore. I peek out through the curtains, and in the night, I see two shining, evil-looking eyes staring back at me. The scratching is getting louder. I can hear the beast begin to pant, and huff, and push, and shove. Oh no, it's gotten in. Whoop, whoop, whoop.